left-hand side, our blue Terran player. This is going to be from the Shopify Rebellion, ByuN. Taking on in the bottom right-hand corner, the red Zerg player. This is going to be Vitality's Solar. Map one of our best of 3. We get this underway. Excited to see what's in store for us. ByuN and Solar almost always play pretty fun and entertaining games against one another, so definitely feel like this could be pretty darn cool. As you do get both those barracks down onto the low ground. It's going to be a Reaper-based opening. I will say the Reaper openings have not been super pretty lately. I would not say they've been super great. So very intrigued that ByuN is going to opt for the Reaper opening here. Because, yeah, would not, like I say, would not have really said that, yeah, that's been just successful lately. He did it the other day as well, and he got completely hard shut down. And then, had it yesterday a little bit too. Also didn't go very well. Reapers just have not been the kind of the flavor of the month at all. It's been a hot second since these Reaper openings have been decent, as we have a couple of Reapers and the Orbital coming about. And obviously the Overlord is about to confirm this. In the next couple of moments, we'll see both the barracks at the front door. And already scene 1 is a pretty good indicator, but scene number 2 is really just the complete confirmation. There's still a little bit of complication in terms of what this can be. How many Reapers do you build? You know, how many do you set up? Right now, a couple of Reapers coming out. CC in the refinery coming in. Have our Reaper coming across this right-hand side. Gonna go after the Lings and the drone a little bit. So, just gonna come through, firing it up. Ling's gonna come back around. Reaper taking some shots. It's gonna be Reaper 4 on the way. So, oh, was that Reaper 3 just popped out? Sorry, Reaper 3 has just popped out. So, 3 Reapers is going to be the number that we play with here, which is obviously one of the more standard amounts. Like I say, sometimes 4 Reaper can be kind of cool and interesting, but not going to go there with this one. As our Reapers hop to the high ground, hop back down. Zerglings will continue to take some damage. Actually lose a Reaper as well, so it's already not going super well. It was Gumiho against Dark that did this as well the other day, I think. And Gumiho just got a little bit too caught up in trying to find success, like a little bit too excited about that, you know, the fact that things were kind of working. And these 2 Reapers back away. Let's just see ourselves. Hatchery still coming up, a few more drones coming about. Marine is still popping through. And Marine Stim coming about here. Starport is on the way. The reactor is building. Now a few extra drones are popping. We do currently have the few Zerglings of Solar heading back down to the bottom right-hand corner. Oh, we have got ourselves Lib Marines continue to come over here just for the moment. Reapers Hellions continue to come about. Our Stim Pack coming up as well. Melee upgrades coming in from those Weaver chambers, so still bringing those up. Again, that stim pack is going to be done in a moment or so. Medivacs Marines still popping. The refinery's coming up from ByuN. We do have the Hellions still poking at the front here as well. Game is fairly just normal TvZ at the moment. Wouldn't say there's anything too fancy or too particular about this. Everything's looking pretty regular here just for now. As the Hellions will turn them to this hatchery on the bottom side. Uh-oh. Hellions getting too aggressive though, and the Lings are going to come in and catch those, so they will get caught. That's going to be everything going down. ByuN just not really even doing anything significant, just poking around on a hatch that wasn't ever really going to go down or anything, so what a shame, because those Hellions would be so useful to have alongside a Marine push. You know, just as an addition, they could tank, they could move into Hellbats maybe, even and tank even further. A bit of splash on Lings will never go amiss either, so these are things that you're really just missing out on simply for the fact that, well, you kind of gave up these Hellions to achieve absolutely nothing. And that's the sad reality of it. It was really just nothing gained. Now these Marines show up, and this hatchery will still take some damage, so maybe we will actually still get a kill on this. It will go down. And we have ourselves these Marines pushing up the high ground. Going to get some creep spread, another Overlord in trouble. Okay, this little Marine push is absolutely delivering at the moment. Solar again going into those fast double Evo chamber upgrades. That's something that landed him in trouble against Bunny earlier on today. Trying to survive through with them at the moment, as I do see our few Lings coming across. The Marines and Medivacs get turned around once again. 1-1 coming through, combat shields. Like I say, those upgrades will be behind from ByuN because souls are just so quick. ByuN is really just sticking around here until the bitter end, as he's going to try and catch a Spore Crawler. But she'll get. Well, this was worthwhile sticking around for, getting a Spore. Couple more Lings. You're still lifting up and leaving with pretty much the entirety of this drop, so nothing really lost over the course of all of that, as the 1-1 on the combat shield still coming up from ByuN. Marines will come and load in once again. The Ling Bane continues to come about, chasing those Medivacs away so far. Couple Banes start getting knocked down. Oh, we just roll in though, and ByuN forgets to pick the Marines back up. A little bit of a shame. Completely unnecessary loss. Did not need to lose that group of units, right? Is what this comes down to, so it's absolutely a shame. Well, Marine's just gonna go and pick up a couple Lings that are trying to see a little bit more of what's up as well. We continue to have ourselves the Medivacs and Marines holding out. Fourth base on location already, so ByuN's not afraid to play the macro game. And that's real nice and quick. Medivacs load up and get going straight away. Tanks and Marines all still popping out here as we have ourselves 3 more tech labs coming up from ByuN. The Zerglings will pick their way through this set of rocks. Still got Marines and Medivacs up top hanging out. +1 vehicle weapons coming through. The 2-2 upgrades all coming in. He's going to dive forwards. A few creep tumors already being picked away. We actually get up top. We're going to get rid of a Queen. Another Queen taking damage as well as we load up and escape. ByuN just still at this point where he's just trying to keep up the pressure, right? Keep on attacking with these Marines and so on. He's going to start switching into the Ghost Academy behind this, so he gets the setup for the later game up and rolling. Ghost Academy coming through, the 2-2 coming about, concussive shells, +1 vehicle weapons, all being established right now. The extra Banes get morphed in. As our tanks gather up to the top, the command center are going to lift off, move away to the sides. And Hydra will come through, eating up a set of rocks, and there's another set of rocks over here as well, in some trouble. Roll Grand, how you doing? Thank you so much for the 57-month resub. Hope you're doing amazingly. Thank you so much for supporting today. Huge resub. Coming up to 5 years. Incredible. Thank you so much. Ghosts are popping out. There's the 2-2 coming through. Oh, Marine's going to find the Lurgaden. Well, the benefits of staying aggressive. Don't tell me we get the spawning pool as well. That's disgusting. Lurgaden, spawning pool. All of the production that you really want to be building at the moment goes down, and that's a Lurgaden that did not upgrade any of the Lurker upgrades yet. That's a spawning pool that did not finish adrenal glands. Vein Hydra settles into the center. There's that burrow. Gets set up. Well, I like the fact that we're getting even more tools available to Solo, but he's definitely going to be hemorrhaged a little bit going into this switch that he was aiming for. 3-3 coming through, the Ghost on the way. Vikings are coming out as well. Playing Bane, Hydra, still moving around the upper right. These three Marines going to come through as well. He's going to go run into the hatch. Again, just going to keep damage up. I mean, Solar has a lot of the map. Creep is everywhere. But if there's someone that can play a very long game, honestly, ByuN is that kind of that guy. This is the sort of TvZ he can absolutely step up and play. Fire coming over, just going to get rid of these creep tumors. I mean, obviously, any pushback you can get is decent here, but ByuN is in for the long haul, and I think he knows it as well. All those CCs, look at this protective planetary in front of your planetary, naturally. ByuN is, like I say, he's surprisingly good at these long turtley games because you don't expect him to be, because it's just not ByuN's style, but it's something he really became very good at over the last 2 to 3 years. It's definitely something he refined. His ability to play long TvZ is absolutely up there with the very best, so I think he's kind of realizing that he's penned in. There's not really a lot of options for him apart from just playing into the longer game. And that's why all the CCs are coming up. The later game preparations are being made. I think Bane Hydra wants to run through onto this army top side. Not quite going to get there. The Hydras will turn around onto the command center. And again, ByuN's currently biggest struggle is a 5th base. You get to base 5, and then you get to do a jive. That's the saying. Because base 5 really means that the Terran economy is alive. And, well, and really set up for a long future. As the Banelings continue through, Fueling's going down. Command center in the front's going to get finished off. That's a kill from Solar, so there's something of a little benefit coming through there. Solar is kind of throwing units at ByuN here. This is already 3,000 resource loss difference, a little further than that. So Solar does have to have some amount of efficiency in mind, and again, that's why this 5th base is important from ByuN. Puts you in an economic position where you can really handle a lot of what the Zerg is thrown at you on repeat. So that just improves your game plan kind of tenfold. Three still coming up. Alling Bane Hydra trying to get onto this base again. It will lift and relocate. Lurkers will fire up at the planetary fortress. Ghosts are going to come sniping from the side, and the Lurkers hitting the wrong thing, so the Ghosts are getting free snipes, no stopping them. And this creep spread is so far forward, though. Obviously taking a moment to clean some of it out right now is ByuN, but nothing to stop Solar re-establishing some of it, and the Lurkers are going to come straight back into this position, so still looking to be aggressive, going to be reinforced by Ling Bane. This little group of Ghosts now might be in some trouble as well. That forward planetary fortress will eat up some of the Banelings, so it does pull its weight. And as we do keep the other base alive, so the mining base is still healthy. Yeah, that forward planetary absolutely did what it needed to there. Queen's trying to wander in, but the Bio going to get rid of a bunch of them. Still a bit of lurker play coming about on the right side. We get snipes up in the skies, Overseer going down. This army of Solar is still ready to advance further forward. Medivacs will load up once more. The Ghosts are going to relocate across. And Solar is ready to pull a trigger into this location. Again, for Solar, he just wants to keep throwing units. He wants to keep trading out. He wants to try and knock bases down, though. Like, having the Terran on 5 is okay. knocking him down a 4 would be incredible for some of these trades and being able to kind of justify the investment. These tanks putting in work, by the way. Yeah, this guy on the high ground has 36 kills. Pretty significant. So they are doing a lot as the bio comes through, finishes up a hatchery. Going back over, going to get some creep tumors in the process. And there's extra liberators and tanks all still producing on buy. Medivacs load back up, peeling away once more. Still getting ourselves a few more Vipers coming through, the Ling Bane coming out. This look is going to unburrow and go elsewhere. And he's getting reach at the front, and that is going to be a incoming sensor tower denied. So ByuN not going to be able to keep on top of the vision of his opponent's army movement as easily as he might like. A few more snipes coming through. He actually sniped a changeling there, which I don't think is intentional. That's a bit of a waste. And they hit tanks, which is still damage, but obviously not guaranteed kills. Those tanks can be repaired back up. Still pushing down. We're going to have our Nidus network built into the main base. Well, nice. Is just one way that Solo has not really been able to, you know, get damage done just yet. Gonna try it now as the Nidus will go down. Just 3 missiles coming through. The Spire still building. Hatchery coming online. A lot of creep around the map as well. Hellbat's gonna go hammering away on the Nidus. We are going to be seeing a couple of tanks getting blind and clouded there. Army still moving through. Bane's going to crash in for SCVs, the Ghost and all the rest of it. Hydras will continue to come about. Now jumping onto this orbital command as we will see that dropping low. 58 Lings, 4 Hydras. The Spire about to be done. Sola has denied this 5th base. And without a 5th, ByuN is going to start struggling economy. Main and natural mined out. 3rd on its way. 4th is fine. But the 5th, you would still have a comfortable eco here. Now as ByuN, you're in a big spot of trouble. You gotta find a way to restabilize, essentially, at this point. I think is what it comes down to. I don't think there's an easier answer than just getting set back up. Extra tanks coming about, the plating coming through. I mean, we do have just, again, every base on the map taken by Sola. ByuN just can't seem to get control of this. As you are going to see Sola able to just launch another huge wave of units in, and difficult to see ByuN coming out of this successfully, as we do have snipes coming on across the board. So it's just not the place you want to be, I think, at the end of the day. This is absolutely ByuN in too much trouble. Way more than he bargained for, and this game 1 is very quickly getting away from him here. Fire will come across, gonna hit this hatchery, take this out. Lings on this top side base while that left side base takes a beating too, so even more SCVs going down. ByuN is on, I want to say, his last legs. I mean, 26 workers does not exactly bode well for a long drawn out game. As the current issue is +1 flyer attack will be coming through here. Some Ling Bane splits away to the side. And 9 additional lurk is still producing through, and we just have our +1 flyer attack coming in as well. A couple Lings burrowed up here and there. 9 lurk is coming through, our Bane Hydra coming about. We get ready to go one more time. I don't really imagine that we do anything other than well, Solo's just gonna keep sending it. I mean, basically, can ByuN eventually ever defend? Honestly, I just don't see what ByuN does to make this suddenly be like good enough for him, you know? Oh, growth, parasitic bombs. It's just getting more dangerous for ByuN. Each and every fight is more and more dangerous than the last. Solo's kind of running out of minerals, but he's also got the entire map to mine from, so his mineral income is absolutely high enough that it just doesn't matter. He will be able to build off. He doesn't need a bank because he can just build off of his, his income. If ByuN was to deny a couple of bases and like 30, 40 drones, maybe he could actually get Solo in some trouble. The problem is that's just a big question to ask. You know, that's a big ask for a scenario like this where ByuN can't even move onto the map. Couple snipes, Overseer's going down. Hydra's going to get littered and snipes there as well, although a bunch of the units did get away. Again, trying to minimize the efficiency of the Terran somewhat. Don't let him get free snipes off if avoidable. 17,000 resource loss difference. The Banelings that are morphing get cancelled up by the snipes as well. ByuN has to lift up, run away. That's the issue. You're constantly running. You're never able to take a fight and keep on fighting, it seems. Definitely is one of the problems right here and now. As our army still pushes up, the Lings are still going to be here. Bane and Hydra pushing in as well. We just have Solar, again, a complete and total grasp on this game right now. This is not going anywhere quickly. Well, ByuN, becoming a little bit difficult to cast because there's only so many ways in which you can say ByuN is dead without just feeling overly negative. But right now, ByuN is kind of dead, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. First back coming up, 9 more Corruptors. Okay, well, I like this because from Solo, this is a little bit of a tech switch that could actually just kill ByuN. You know, it allows him to create an army that allows you to just kind of actually push through and make the finishing blow rather than ByuN just about being able to hang on in there. Because ByuN does not have the answer to Broodlords outside of outside of Ghost, which Ghost can only do so much as well if there's the introduction of Infestors and so on and all the rest. I mean, there's ways to handle the Ghost as the answer to Brood, so ByuN is trying to hit this base, like I say, take down a couple bases and a bunch of drones, and maybe that would be your way back in. So Questine does have a bit of money banked up as he's going to make the Broods, 54 Zerglings. That's him more or less maxed out again. Well, ByuN definitely, like I say, making the right kind of plays. He's getting a little bit of progress made because obviously Solo's made the Broodlords, so the Broodlords have been taking a little bit while to get up, so it gives ByuN a moment to actually break out and it's time to go after bases. The problem is now you're going after bases, you're going to lose some units in the process, and the net gain is crap. Now my opponent has Broodlords to use against me, which is not really all too pretty. That's not fun. And Bane's going to continue over Broods as well. And Hydra coming about, just going to be seeing our Vipers ready to abduct in as well, or whatever they feel like their best option is. Quite a few snipes and quite a lot of Broods going down. Solo, though, will crash through on the ground. Crashing in from 2 different sides. These tanks will be dropping. And that might just be all she wrote for ByuN, because ByuN does not really have much army left. He does not really have many workers left. Apparently we're going to wait for one more reinforcement wave, although Lurker's already here, and these Marines might just have to lift into the medevacs. There you have it. GG's going to be called, and Solar is going to take game 1 of this best of 3. Solar opening the matchup with a victory. As we have got ourselves in the top right-hand corner, the blue Terran player down a game. This is ByuN taking on, in the bottom left, our red Zerg from Vitality. We have ourselves Solar. So game number 2, as we have an Overlord. Moving out into the center. It's going to come wandering forwards here on our Signe for our second game of this series. Solo in this tournament thus far is currently 1-2, so also kind of in need of a win. Trader and Bunny really hogging all the victories in this group up until now. Unbelievable. Hogging all the wins. So we do have the Overlord heading to the upper right side. Slowly journeying across the map. Gun, no SCV scout. Let's go straight into the Reaper, so that's going to be his starting point right now. Gets that up and running. Reaper coming about, again, Command Center coming through, Depot and a couple Queenslings as well, all getting built up for the moment. Bringing this in so far. Reaper's gonna fight. Things is gonna come over. A couple of Queens still on the way through. CC's coming up. We got Factory on the way. Reaper taking a shot. Our Hatchery still coming about. Let's do have our Reaper. Just gonna try and poke through for as much damage as possible. Things just going to come about. Link speed is coming through. Command Center and the starport coming in. ByuN is going to have that triple CC set up on his way to the starport to get a little bit of aggro going alongside it as well. Aliens popping down. Do you have our Viking coming up? A couple of Hellions coming in, Viking on the way, Link speed, drones, Queens, all popping up at the moment. The Reaper and the Hellions get pushed back out into the center. Game is really quite peaceful at the moment. Our Stimpack just coming through on the side of ByuN, the Liberator, and a couple of Hellions coming about as well. The Viking gonna go shooting at this Overlord straight away. Impact coming up, the Lib coming out, and the Rax and the Reactor continuing through. Couple depots at the front, and the Hellions and the Reaper will continue to set around in the center. Will be attacking. Queen's taking some damage. We just have ourselves the engineering bays and barracks all still coming up. The Hellions back through the middle of the map. Steam back is obviously just coming through, and that Baneling Nest is going to start up as well, so we continue to get that underway. One comes up, Stimpack on the way out. Again, a couple of barracks building through. The Lings on a little counterattack, going to find some SCVs. This forces the Hellions to turn around as well, which is nice. The Viking over there went down, and Solar is just keeping track of ByuN's army at the moment so far. Pretty good job of things, getting rid of a few of those SCVs as well, so damage is adding up, and ByuN is already feeling like he might be under some pressure here. Again, the 1-1 coming up on the engineering base. The Liberator still coming through. The Queen's going to get in position. That Liberator will already take damage. Flip sieges between the bases. As again, we have ourselves 1-1. Combat shield continue to come through. The Medivacs are on the way up. Staying speed, carapace. All on the way by for the moment. The Hellions and our Reaper just going to go attacking onto the hatchery. It's going to take this down. Try and take this out. Should go down fairly soon as you just see the Zerglings though. Uh-oh. It's going to get a wraparound here, and these Hellions are going down. Second game where ByuN's going to lose his Hellions fairly early on for not much gain. That's scary, right? Because now, with Hellions dead, you have so much less map control. You have so much less, ways to manage the creep spread and everything. That really sucks. That really does suck. Marines and Medivacs continue to come about. Just going to see a couple of creep tumors going down once again. Armory finishing, factory coming through. Creep tumors still getting picked away as our Marines can get back to the watchtower. Bane comes over. We are going to have ourselves the Marines probably going to get lifted back up here in just a sec. Taking that watchtower. Still got the Medivacs coming back down to the bottom side from the Marines. Hive building from Solar as well. The Overseers just building up. 20 more Lings in production. Overlord speed finishing as well. Hands crash into them Marines and damage is done. Lingbane just going to pull back now. Still got ourselves 2 upgrades on the way out. Filling claws coming through. Heavy Solar just already kind of stacked up on a lot of Lingbane. Again, feels like ByuN has just had a bit of a rough start. He's actually going to get caught here perhaps. What does this Widowmine do? Not much. Good fight from Solar already, just splitting from that Widowmine. Fourth base is just able to lift up and get away. Was obviously trying to morph into a planetary. More mines. Not really doing too much just yet. Each of these mines just dying before they can fire, so no damage being dealt from the Widow mines. That's obviously a little bit of a problem as these Marines will stand and try and fight, but there's so much Zerg. We're going to have reinforcing Lings. Fortunately, no more Banelings, and that means that ByuN may be able to hold on a little bit. So we're just going to get a few more SCVs as he pulls back away. And ByuN trying to get that drilling claws up and running, trying to get that back online. There's the Banelings, though, so there is going to be a wave of Banes right now to test the waters and to see if we can make some progress. See if we can actually bust through. And is Solar thinking there's potential to end this game right now? Well, ByuN certainly is. ByuN certainly is. He's just going to GG straight out. GG's in Solar 2. ByuN 0. ByuN just